y'all. You're listening to Diagnosing Sitcoms and Movies, the DSM podcast. We help make mental health more comfortable by using Black movies and shows we know and love and culture to remove stigma. So join our convo with your host, Courtney Copeland, licensed mental health counselor,
and Dr. B, licensed professional counselor.
Daniel, I need you to find me a house in Durham.
Hot peas and butter, come get yourself up.
What's poppin', everybody? This episode, we are talking about the semi-autobiographical 1994 Spike Lee joint, Crooklyn.
What is an autobiographical?
So what I don't need you to do is highlight every time that I stutter. I have a speech impediment.
Autobiographical. I can't even
autobiographical.
Okay. What is it?
So this movie, actually, Spike and his sister Joy wrote it together collectively because the character of Troy is his sister Joy. And they talk about a summer of her childhood, their childhood, and her experience, her coming of age story with her experiences of growing up in a house with 4 knucklehead boys.
So which one was Spike Lee?
Oh, wow. Quentin. The one with the glasses. That was a Knicks fan.
That makes sense.
Wait a minute. All this time you never knew that?
I did not. All this time. I did not know. All this time. I was 8 years old. Oh, well.
Let's get into these quotes.
Heavens to vegetables, I've been squashed.
That is not a quote from Crooklyn.
But it is. The child's welfare. Very particular. Why they chose this scene to show that she's watching. Anywho, that is a very detailed thing about this movie. Let's talk about the characters, shall we?
So we still on quotes.
Oh, true shit. She got Peter Rican hair. Because I got my baby hair's leg. Do you see the Peter Rican hair?
Stop torturing me. Ugly.
You think you're too cute. What was it? What? Oh, is this a whatever?
Maybe that's where it's birthed from. I don't know. Losing, whatever.
Losing, whatever. Little L.
I wasn't alive in the 70s. I don't know what that L was that they threw so aggressively.
It was like, I was like, okay.
My favorite quote by far is, I ain't no puta, I keep my panties clean.
I ain't no puta, I keep my pajamas clean. Oh, you know it. And, I never realized how much she stopped and studied and stared in that moment.
Oh, you didn't see RuPaul dancing in slow motion?
Yeah, I was like, dang, right? Yeah, just getting it in. That's life. I
never go back to Georgia. I want to know where RuPaul found them big ass flip flops with the flower on them.
Okay, listen, but them Chinese slippers came in a size 12. Don't even play. Okay,
size 12 by ass. That was at least a 15.
Right.
RuPaul is tall. Mother is tall. The feet are long.
Listen. There ain't nothing that a regular pair of flip-flops and a little hot glue can't fix.
You know what? They probably wear custom. Because all the RuPaul stuff is. You know what? That's what I aspire to. When I become a doctor, I'm going to get all my suits tailored like RuPaul.
Oh, is that what happened? Because I'm a doctor currently and all my shit too big. So I guess it depends on what kind of doctor. Because I'm just a professor.
That's okay. You're an oversized queen. I'm trying to be tailored. Like Jeezy.
I want to be tailored too, because that's where the money is.
Nope.
Anyway, my next favorite quote was no TV on the school night, because really though, we don't do nothing on the school night. Okay? We don't drink on the school night. We don't go out on the school night. As grown, you can't watch TV on the school. Now see, in my house, we watch TV on the school night.
But see, they also only had one TV, if you notice, and it was in Troy's room.
Right. But Troy was, I fucks with Troy, because Troy went and got a whole bag of candy for her squad back home. Okay?
Was it for the squad? Because it seemed like she wanted it for herself.
I mean, she said 5 bazookas and then lemon heads, because she knew that somebody was going to want lemon heads.
I said no eggies when I bought it.
Listen, Troy was at least empathetic enough to...
I know she didn't want to share none of that trick cereal, though.
She did not.
Window pushed the hell out of her onto that bitch.
Heifer, the way they do that heifer around, child. Ooh. And then her mama had the audacity to be like, if you can fight for your brothers every day, and you tell me that some girl named Peanut let you take my groceries, my money.
Peanut's a girl.
How big is she?
6'2", 200 pounds.
Troy, you around here wrestling and punching your brothers all the time, and you let some girl named Peanut take my groceries and my food stamps? I'll whip you butt my damn self.
200 pounds.
She, what you was doing? Getting beat up. When she was
behind my damn self. Say, that's my food.
And what was you doing there? Standing there
get beat up.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. She was like, I'm standing here getting beat up for these damn... What she say, liver? Was it liver that they were having for dinner that night? Or something she didn't want? What did she not want, friend? You know, I never get the things right. You know the details. Me and the details.
Liver was not on the grocery list.
She
took her little steak. She took her little steak. She had the steak up under her shirt. She took the steak. But she came home with the steak and the onions. She really only took the food stamps. She didn't take the groceries.
She didn't. But look, she said when she came home, and she said, I ain't like liver no way.
No, she said, I told you not to send me.
She said, I didn't told you not to send me. And then she said, go get your brother and get my keys. She said, good, because I ain't like liver no way. I swear to God. She said that. I'm going to find it. I know I should have wrote it down.
I don't like living here, no way.
Is that living here? I thought she said liver.
Oh, I don't know.
That's all right. Hate liver anyway.
I just felt like it was a lot of back talking in this house. But this could be a black household in the 70s. This show was a lot of back talk.
It was. But the mama was going in on these kids, though.
She had to. It was five of them. They was teaming up against her. The way I'd rather have a father than a mother any day, the way I would have grabbed him the same damn way.
I definitely would have, but then the way she would talk about how she was going to slap one of them into next week or slap their brains out their head, not my brains.
She was a teacher. She knows legally she's not going to do that. She's not going to jeopardize.
No, but the threats, honey, like the way she was going at him, I said, okay. You better tell me.
But see, that's what happened when you communicate too many empty threats. Children just get wild, get the back talking you because they know you really ain't gonna do it. You got to every once in a while really show them that you
really show them you about that life. I really will slap you into next Tuesday. Don't play. Shoot, I won't. I won't do that.
I woke up in love this morning. I woke up in love this morning.
Went to sleep with you on my mind. They were really hot. He said, "Stop moving your shoulder." Why he make her stop moving her little shoulder with her little leather jacket? Yo, Troy was that one.
Troy was fly. Troy was
I fucks
fly.
with Troy.
But I mean, like Daddy said, back when he had a job, he was sending them to Bloomingdale's and Lord Taylor to get whatever they want.
Okay. Red, peas in the bed.
Red, peas in the bed.
You so nice. Shut up.
Yeah. There's so many quotes in here, but it's mostly from the kids. That one scene with them on the stoop. Right. Oh my God. The way she went off on that little boy and talked about his mama. And then he got so sad and he told on her.
He was not sad.
He was trying to get Troy in trouble for sure. He was definitely trying to get her in trouble.
Yo, but throwing a cat on somebody is wild. That is wild.
Crazy. And that cat was mad. Like, and
he was swinging it by the tail first, and then he threw it onto her.
And the way she just flung it off, that's how I knew it was
because
fake.
What else do? You gotta.
But like, if that was a real angry cat, feral cat, that cat would have tore her ass up. You hear me? She wouldn't have been able to fling that shit off. It would have been like, what was that? A corral. All up on here. She would have got
throwing a cat on somebody is wild. The way
throwing hot water out of a window is fucking wild, Troy. Oh, what a menace. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to talk about Miss Troy.
I love badass kids. As long as they not mine.
Girl, and baby, I got a theory for you about how Queenie done end up in that couch. Troy. Baby.
Child, I've been asking that question for decades. How
the fuck did
Queenie get in there?
Troy,
but then too, if you think like when I saw him walk in, the twins are jumping on the couch, so they just in there jumping on top of Queenie.
I didn't even see it, friend. But you know what? I take it back. Oh, girl did it. Cause she ain't like her to begin with.
You ain't
Viola.
You can't tell me what to do.
And the way exactly. And then now she got somebody to blame it on if some really came. Let's get into it, friend. Let's get into it because I'm ready. You got any more quotes?
It's raining. That mean my baby winter.
Looks like it's gonna rain. That means that my baby is in heaven.
Well, I guess you Betty.
All right, let's get into these diagnoses.
Okay, we can start off with something slight.
Okay, so if we start off with something.
Oh, wait.
Daddy? Carmichael?
Daddy. Just a little spine.
I gave him a Z code of unemployment, but that was about it.
Baby, I gave him adjustment disorder mixed with anxiety and depressed mood, child. He just wanted some damn peace for his work. That's it. And that's an adjustment disorder when you have 5 children. Was it 5 or 6 of them?
It was 5 children and Muttley. And sir, you can't just go sing a rock and roll song one time to go get us so we can get the lights turned back on. Why is we having to call Uncle to get the lights on when you could just go sing the people music that they want to hear because they don't want to hear your music, Daddy, Carmichael, Hops, whatever it was.
Delroy.
I love Delroy though. I just absolutely love him. He's one of the best actors in the whole wide world. I just love him. Anything that he's in makes me happy.
It does, doesn't it? The way he was with baby Troy, I was like,
Squimish mimish.
Oh, the little nickname. Like, if that was my daddy, I want him to name me too.
and
Give
bring
me
me
a cute
cake
little-
and ice cream and candy. He had all the sweets. Where did you getting this money from for all this candy? But you can't pay the bills, Daddy.
Because that's cheaper than paying the bills. You got to keep a little something in his pocket.
I hope once Mama died that he got a job.
Well, we could add that to the prognosis. But I think he was just struggling being like this, like he has to be the disciplinary at some point after, Carol gets hospitalized. Mostly, I think that the adjustment disorder for me wouldn't necessarily be at while she's alive. I think it's when she goes, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I definitely could understand that, and having to just make the full adjustment of being a single parent, which is difficult within itself. Then being the single parent of 5 children and Muttley and a leader in the community, because it's clearly a whole bunch of kids out there that ain't got no daddy, and you ain't got no job. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure.
My question about this, and I didn't notice it until I watched it like now, like with a different lens, was he the actual landlord? Were they the landlord of their building?
Mm-hmm. They was renting out the upstairs apartment to Vic, soul brother number 1.
Yeah, and so then what I also didn't notice until recently is that they hollering at 4:00 in the morning, coming down the stairs, getting the kids to go clean the kitchen. They're walking by his unit. Do you know how mad I would be as a resident? But also like how uncomfortable, like their whole downstairs kitchen area, living area is open. And then the next floor is the apartment. And then their kids. Am I making that up, or do you visualize that with me?
I think you're making that up. But even if it's not, even if you are correct, that man was in war. I diagnosed Vic with PTSD. My disability requires I have my light. Can't eat, can't sleep, can't think without my lights. So, I mean, maybe that didn't bother him that much. And if you see, they was drunk because they said, I'm going out with your daddy. And then she came back at 4 in the morning. So that means they was out partying, having a good time, hanging out date night. And then came back at 4 in the morning and the kitchen wasn't clean. If I'm on one, everybody getting their ass up and everybody coming downstairs to clean this kitchen. I'm lit too.
Oh shit. Here we go. Well, either way, I feel his prognosis is being able to just get used to being in the caretaking role. And, luckily they have their aunts and their uncle to help with him, just needing some space and some time to get himself together. But it sounds like he's not planning on separating the children because baby Troy was like, please don't make me go with Aunt who was the
Aunt Song.
No, the other aunt.
Oh, Aunt Maxine.
Aunt Maxine, yeah.
Played by Joy.
Yeah, I was like, don't let her go. She didn't like that outfit. She was like, look here, my mother won't put me in no polyester. She said, okay. Ain't gotta.
I mean, how would you argue with that?
Guess we ain't more polyester.
Wear what you want to wear, girl. All right, I tried. Okay. The way I would have took the outfit back, though, the way she wouldn't have worn the outfit, though.
Give me every little thing I gave you. The ungrateful self. Little shithead. What she called it?
I wouldn't even say all that. I just like, oh, so you're not wearing this? Okay, take this back to the store. We done already paid for your plane ticket, got your lights cut back on, and bought your funeral outfit. Okay, girl.
You would have bought the kid? I probably would have bought the kid.
No, I would have not said anything. I just like, okay, baby, and took everything back to the store and got my money.
True shit. I would have taken that.
That baby is grieving. There's no sense. Like, I'm gonna give you your space, baby. You upset. We getting ready for your mama's funeral. I understand you being upset, but I'm going to go get this 1995 back. And came out.
And she was like, it was so cute. Isn't this adorable? And she was just like, rolls eyes. No, it is not. My mother, when
she was watching Beautiful People Use Afro shit.
You bring this, but why is it lime green too?
That's the 70s. It's the 70s.
So bright. It was so bright. So very, very bright.
But I don't know, because some of Mama outfits looked at polyester, her little bright one pieces that she was wearing. So
Exactly.
maybe just talking shit.
I feel like she was being difficult.
It was a rough day.
She was grieving and yeah. So I wouldn't fight a kid, but
while we're still on light ones, Snuffy and Right Hand Man, I diagnosed them with inhalant intoxication with severe use disorder.
Yeah, agreed. My God. And then first of all, there was a part of me when I first saw this when I was a child. I was like, why is there vomit around their mouth? And someone told me that you can get high off your own vomit. I don't know who that person was, but I fucking hate you.
It's from
you
the
can
bag.
delete that, Daniel. Thanks.
I should stop doing that, but it's from the bag.
You should. No, that's what they said. They said that you can get high off of your own vomit. And I was like,
that's how much they were sniffing the glue. That was from the glue residue.
That was from the glue residue. But I swear they were like, that's. So I think I was watching with another kid who was clearly like dumb,
just making stuff up and telling you whatever,
just dumb,
and you believed it.
And I was like, oh my God, you can get high off your own vomit. Oh my God, who would want to do that? Drugs. Yeah. I didn't realize
we're here a really long time. I didn't expect us to stay here this long, but
I just wanted you to know I thought it was vomit. I thought it was gross. I thought they were gross. They were the worst characters.
They were, and they tried to rob children for them to get more glue to sniff. Broke his shoe.
And broke his shoe. If you would have had the glue, you could have used the glue to repair the shoe. If you wasn't getting high on it.
Who else would you like to diagnose, Dr. B?
Okay, so what do you think was going on with Carolyn? Other than her sickness, was there any other disorder that you would diagnose?
She was stressed the fuck out. She had 5 kids. She was teaching, grading papers. Her man ain't had no job. Muttley was eating everybody dinner. It was hard out here.
Sheesh. You didn't have to come at me like that, friend.
Stress is the #1 killer of Black women.
Sheesh. Happens to vegetables.
Did you have a diagnosis for Caroline? Carol?
Carol.
It's Carol. I think it's Carol.
Carolyn.
No, it's Carolyn. It's Carolyn. Carolyn Carmichael. Yeah. Daddy name's Woody. Mm-hmm.
Carolyn. Honestly, so would major depressive disorder be much? Single episode? Mild?
No, it's not.
Yeah, because she's battling so much. So was it just cancer? Do you think it was lupus? Was it cancer lupus?
Well, they definitely said that it was cancer. That said that they found cancer. So that now could it have been both? I don't know, but we do hear Dad tell the kids that the doctors found cancer and that she was going to stay in the hospital and they was going to run additional tests. But it's possible. She had the strong woman just trope on her back. She just had to carry it all.
I know, and there was a part of me that really was like, I was torn between their argument, her and Delroy. I don't know why. His name is Troy.
The character's name is Woody, okay? First of all,
Woody.
Troy is the girl. Woody.
But no, her dad's name is Troy Carmichael.
No, his name is Woody.
Just kidding, Woody. Okay. And I was torn because, I understood what Woody was saying, as far as being an artist and having the space to do what he wants to do and needs to do creatively. But then also, for her is well, if I'm the one that's managing these books and I have to have these things, you need to let me know. when you're writing a check, you need to check in with, or, just document that there's money coming out so that I can be made aware of it. And being the breadwinner, was the major thing that I'm hearing here. But it's like, when he was on his up, she didn't have to be. And then now that he's on his low, she has to be. And it was just like, what do you do to balance each other when the shift happens? And it didn't seem like they found that. And so, like, family systems wise, it's like there's so much that needed to be worked in for the two of them in that way. That's it.
Agreed. Completely and fully.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like so like that. Oh, I wish I was into family systems to be able to really speak to that, but I'm not. So here we are.
It feels like that sometimes. This is why it's important to ask your therapist what they specialize in so that you make sure that you get your needs met.
True shit. I like how you said that. Thanks, friend.
Mm-hmm. So yes, we agree with Carolyn. Unfortunately, Carolyn passed, so we would not see her. Only way that we may see her is like in the hospital setting doing inpatient rounds of some sort, comfort and that level of care, and then possibly supporting the family and getting them to bereavement counseling as well. Did you diagnose any other of the main characters from this film?
The only one that I really gave an additional diagnosis to was Troy. And I was going, so one, nightmare disorder, because that is in the DSM-5 revision, TR. And she had very vivid nightmares, and more so.
Troy had one.
No, but she had, like, she was sleepwalking and she had the nightmare. So, and then the way that her dad came in suggests that this isn't her only time having night terrors. So that's why I would say nightmare disorder. And so much so that she got up, and when she heard her dad hitting after that mouse, it seems that he was hitting after in the kitchen, and her thinking it was her mom and dad, and she came in not even aware that she was like sleepwalking, like yelling back in her sleep. And then she woke up and realized like mommy's not here. That's what made me think that this is like a reoccurring issue for her. Some of the diagnostic criteria for nightmare disorder is repeated occurrence of extended, extremely dysphoric and well-remembered dreams that usually involve efforts to avoid threats to survival, security, or physical integrity, and that generally occur during the second half of a major sleep episode. So especially with the one where she thinks that, what are they called again? To getting high?
Snuffy and right-hand man.
Snuffy and right-hand man. So when they were coming after her in her dream, which is a very vivid dream, she remembers. And then on awakening from the dysphoric dream, the individual rapidly becomes oriented and alert. So she was aware to remember where she was and becomes alert, especially when she's with her father in the kitchen, when she's down there with him. Even when she was peeing in her brother's room. She slept.
I said we need to question if this is an enuresis, nocturnal something, like, because she was just so comfortable peeing in the corner.
And she was still asleep. And then when he was like, "Get up, what you doing? Clean that up when you done." And she was like, "Sorry, I think that she." But then that goes away, and then the next day nothing happens. It's like it's a new day. No one addresses it. No one ever addresses it again in the movie. It's just like that one occurrence. So again, that makes me think like this is normal for them. Like this is,
or it makes me really feel like Spike Lee is petty, and he put that in there because he's like, remember that time you peed in our corner?
Yeah, I think that also is a thing too. So there's that. Sleep disturbance that causes clinical significant distress or impairment in social occupational. So that much, I don't think that criteria matches, because it didn't seem as if it was something that socially impacted her. She was just really a cranky pants. She was not with the shit. And so I don't know if her dreams or not had anything to do with that, just delivery of who she was. She grew up with a bunch of boys. I feel like that was just the hardcore exterior she had to have in order to survive her day-to-day. The nightmare symptoms are not attributable to physiological effects of substances. So clearly, unless you're getting high on lemonades, that's not the case. And coexisting mental disorders and medical conditions do not adequately explain the prominent complaint of dysphoric dreams. So she didn't seem to have any other symptoms that would maybe lead to why she might be having these nightmares. So, nightmare disorder. I was questioning conduct disorder for her. Look, she spent his little precious nickels, okay? She was stealing from the neighborhood grocery store. She poured hot water down outside off of her onto the stoop of the individual that she verbally accosted while she was playing jump rope. Okay?
I'd consider kleptomania with you, but that's where I draw the line because everything else was provoked.
Well, I will say there is an uptick in her behavior as her mother was getting sick. And could that possibly be something that we can talk about too?
Definitely. The only thing that I diagnosed Troy with, aside from questioning the enuresis nocturnal, was Z 63.8 high expressed emotion level within family and the Z 63.4 uncomplicated bereavement, because she was grieving, and we do see her go through that process and then get to a place of like, okay, even before her mother passed, when she was just still sick, she was like, okay, I have to take on more responsibility. I'm going to clean the whole kitchen. I'm going to do this. I don't care if nobody helps me. I'm going to take care of certain things. And then further down the line, just fully embracing that mode to the point where they was like, Troy, can Joe come out and play?
I know. And she was sitting in her mama chair and doing his hair. I was like, oh.
What I did it out a little bit more, wouldn't look like sheep's behind.
Right. And then just watching her go out and then stay behind while her little brother, goes and plays and just watches him. Just
because dinner was almost done. Now I was upset with the parentification that had to happen for Troy.
Yes, exactly.
Because she was the girl.
And
Quentin Nass is the oldest, but he still can sit on the stoop and play games, while Troy, because she's the girl of the family, had to then become a parental role in the household. Patriarchy.
I tell you. Yeah, especially then. But she was strong-willed and strong-minded, that I don't think that it was never a thing of like, it's an expectation. It's like, you lucky I'm doing this for you. And I'm going to give you just as much shit as mama did to help me do these things with you. I don't think that it became a whole, it's
Mama
all
was
on
depressed.
Me. Who was?
You said Mama was depressed.
I mean,
having to carry all that, and now Troy got to carry all that.
No, but I feel like Troy would definitely get her other brothers to help with her to do this stuff. No, you don't think so?
I feel like if Mama couldn't get them to clean that damn kitchen, Troy for damn sure couldn't. I feel like she probably was like, forget all of them. I'll just do it on my own because it's the only way it's gonna get done. And I feel like maybe every once in a while they felt bad and helped out, but that was probably all she got.
Well, I think that once, right. But she would have to fuss and cuss like her mama did in order to get it. And I feel like she at least learned that. I hope.
Okay.
That she at least learned that so that she could get it. And then like, I feel of all of the brothers, like, Nate at the very least would be, I feel like her and Nate and then the baby, I can't remember the baby's name. Joe, I think those three would help her. They seemed closer.
Did Nate's hand ever heal? He was on limited duty. He could only do so much. He was working with an ailment over here.
Because if he would have ate his black eyed peas, then the calcium would have came.
He tried. They came back up. That boy tried. He was trying to tell Mama.
He said they nasty. That baby did not want to eat the black eyed peas.
I still gotta eat.
Girl, made everybody scram from the table. Hurry.
And then little Joe gonna come back and look again. And then that's
Oh my gosh. No, yeah, I don't think. How long do you keep a cat? Back then, maybe it was that long. Who knows?
clearly that the public school has some good insurance because Mama was taken care of, got to go to the hospital. Nate got to go and get his cast, and it clearly has some good insurance.
Yeah, insurance because somebody
That's a state job. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, who you got? That's it for me.
My concern, like working with the family afterwards, would be the father really kind of delegating things and continuing to be. He was already very much so the leader of the family. Him and Carolyn had a good relationship of balance of power where they would most of the time support each other. There were just some times where they differed when Carolyn jumped on Quentin and then Dad had to pick her up, and that whole incident ensued. But aside from that, really working with Dad to maintain that dominance and maintain the leadership of the family, balancing that with the Troy stepping up and still wanting her to be able to experience childhood at some level, and just kind of figuring out everybody's role in the family and how they want to carry things going forward while also still having that time to honor their mom, keep her legacy and everything alive in the home. Because there are the subtle reminders on the block with the trees being planted and stuff like that. And so how do we want to continue to honor her legacy, honor her memory, and do that within the house as well? Just working with them throughout all of that as they continue, because those are things that continue to come up. There isn't a timeline on grief at all. And so whenever we would need to do check-ins with them as well, individually with the children, if we do start to see just behaviors or mood instability, that could be something that we continue to work on. I would like to know what you thought of the neighbor, Tony. Tony, why you house stink, man?
Oh, poor Tony. I just felt like Tony was misunderstood. I felt like he was really misunderstood. He's in this Black neighborhood and he's clearly not wanted there. And he's also apparently giving off some type of homosexual vibe for everybody to be calling it out for him. And there's a lot that Tony is having to deal with. And
Tony was low-key racist because he said his mother owned that unit. He just never moved out of his mama house, it sounds like. And then as the neighborhood became more predominantly Black and Puerto Rican, it was, we never had a problem until you people moved in. And so my concern is all of the animals, and you're not cleaning up after your animals. The odor is emanating from outside of your house, or to outside of your house.
He was really, I think, he was very misunderstood.
It's not unusual.
I was like, that would have been a bop. It is a bop, but when you sing it, it's not quite there. Sorry, friend. I don't know. Lord, I felt bad for him. I felt embarrassed for him.
Spike Lee and Joy must have really been mad at this neighbor for them to depict him as such in the film.
As such. And I mean, they clearly knew they was messing with this man. They knew, they depicted that too. Like, we was definitely throwing
machine gun.
Like, we know we was doing it, but we wouldn't admit it. And then the parents know that your children, she said, what did she call them? Spirited. She said, our children, we know our children are spirits. Your children are something else, and that they are likely to be deviants outside of this household just as much as they are on the inside.
But at the end of the day, I don't give a damn. Even if they is doing all of the stuff that you're saying that they doing, come talk to me. Stop talking to my children. Come talk to me.
Trisha, come talk to me. Don't talk to my baby about what they doing. Talk to me about what they doing, and then I'll correct it. I keep an eye out for it.
Vic couldn't handle all that yelling, man. Hey, look, you can't be yelling in my face like that. So you had to put him down one quick time.
Slap the little beer bottle.
But Tony's so corny. He called the police. Press charges on Brother Vic.
I know that scene. That was something too.
I hate it. That is something that really stuck with me as a child. Like seeing people get taken away in handcuffs is like a real thing for me. And if I see it, each time I see it, I flip out.
Yeah. This movie, it hits me for so many scenes and so many things. Like for one, it being New York, for me, Queens. And then like, I vividly remember my father being put into a cop car. You know, I vividly remember knowing that there was something wrong with my mom and her not coming back home. Like I remember those things and having to go and be in new spaces and having a woman tell me that I look different or I was different and trying to change me to fit
those
what
braids, beads, and things.
Right? And then all of a sudden, like everything is Jesus inundated, and it's just like, where am I? What is this happening?
1, 2, 3. The devil's
after me. 4, 5, 6. He's steady throwing sticks. 7, 8, 9. He misses every time.
Gotcha, Satan. Hallelujah. 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 Amen.
I've been there. I've lived this like on so many levels. So it was like every time I watch this movie, I can't help but cry, especially when Troy cries at the end. Like it brings up so many, just even the opening scenes of them playing as kids. Like even when they're on the stoop, there's so many things that come up for me that's like, yeah, childhood. But it also like is like, damn, childhood. Like,
but I really like the way that it is told from that child's perspective. So like we don't have a real concept of time. Like did all of this happen in one summer? I think maybe, but I'm not sure because we're looking at it from a child's view. So time is a little whatever. Yeah. Then we're seeing different people in different situations. Like, yeah, I just saw him get put in the cop car, but I got all this candy wants to come in the house. So let's focus on that. Like it is all of, I really appreciate all of that. And I really appreciate Spike Lee because he could have very easily told this story from his own perspective, but he chose to tell it from Joy's perspective. And we get Troy's perspective out of that. And so I just really appreciate him for telling her story and us getting to walk with her through this experience. And I think it adds depth to the film because it is Troy and it's not Spike.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if it was Spike, it wouldn't have been as entertaining.
It would be him playing strategized baseball on the steps with Bokeem and Tommy Lala.
Yeah. Or pretty much Do the Right Thing. That it'll just be Do the Right Thing 1 or 2, whichever one comes first.
We would have never gotten Queenie.
Queenie.
Oh Lord, take me, please. Who also is dealing with some bereavement as well. We'll see.
Clearly.
See how she recovers from that. But losing a pet can be traumatizing for some people.
The way she cried, I was like, that'll be me. It'll be me when Bentley go, baby. I just, whew.
But if you really look at it, that was her only friend.
I mean, because nobody else liked her, apparently. Like, not even her husband.
Like Uncle Clem liked her.
Okay. Like, he was like, can she open her gift?
In peace.
In peace. He was agitated. She agitated everybody. Jesus. I don't know if they made it to the end, friend. I don't know. But I do feel like Viola, what's her name, Viola? She killed that dog. She did it. I said it. That's the theory, and I'm sticking to it. All this time, that dog had that couch, and they had this dog in the couch. The dog never got stuffed it in there. But all of a sudden, All of a sudden, it's dead in the couch. And you ain't saying nothing because you know I'm right.
I don't know what happened to Queenie.
Also, Troy did it? Troy did
I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know what happened. I don't know
because
what
Troy said
happened.
she didn't like the dog the whole time.
I just know that the twins was jumping on said couch with Queenie in it.
And she was stiff. She was stiff, friend.
So which means she had been dead a while. Because she like shot out of the couch when she did.
I swear. Look, it's one of those and it's one of those stories they both gonna take to their grave. We're not gonna say who did it. We're just gonna put her in there. She pop out. That's that. And that's
Speaking of prognosis, do you think that Troy and Viola were able to maintain a relationship?
No, she was strange. Who runs after the car like that in the driveway? I don't want to be your friend.
Troy ran after her family like that?
No.
Please don't leave me.
Viola did that.
And then Viola did it too. Like
Viola did. She was so weird.
They both did it.
It was weird.
They both did it. So then they both weird. Even more reason why they both should continue to stay in touch with each other.
Mm-hmm. You know what? They would actually have a good time together. Yep. You know what? I take it back. They would be very much in touch after that.
I hate you. Anyway.
I do, because what's going to happen at that Aunt Joy and Uncle Clint, they going to get a divorce, and then he going to send her up to New York.
Aunt Joy? You mean Aunt Song?
Aunt Song. I'm sorry.
This is you're letting me know.
The DSM.
And if you would like to support the show to help us get more content out to you all, you can visit our website and follow the support the show link to become a Patreon member. Or you can always donate on our Cash App. Now, we're happy to get the kind of money that jingles, but we'd rather the kind that folds. As always, be sure to follow us on Instagram at the DSM Podcast, and you can subscribe to our show wherever you get podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and leave us a comment, because we are counselors and actually care about what you have to say. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Okay, bye, you cinephiles.